Thank you, first of all, for choosing to mentor with us. So, here are some instructions that will help you in your mentor journey. Number one, students must take permission from their parents, keep them informed about the project that they are doing. So please do find out from the group if they've informed the parents about the project topic that they've chosen. Not just that, in the process of doing the project, there might be certain field visits that they do. They have to keep their parents informed, or the guardians informed that they are stepping out for any field work which is pertaining to the project. You may sometimes get to interact with the parents or guardians, as they might be interested and curious to know about the project work that their children are doing. Please do ensure that you inform the reason why they are doing the project, the outcomes of the project, and also how you are supporting them as a mentor. If you do have any questions, say about Bala Janaagraha, you want to know about our city, our challenge, in short, OCOC, how to navigate in the OCOC portal, how to do the registration, submissions, what are the problems that you're facing while you're doing the submission. So, how do the students download the certificate? All these questions are answered in our AV, which is named How to Submit Your Project on the Portal. So please do have a look into the AV, and you will have a lot of information about the entire OCOC portal in it. Please do some research on the topic that the students have chosen in the project work. This will help you also to give them suggestions on how do they improvise the topic that they have chosen. The idea behind OCOC is to give the nudge to the students to participate in the community development activities, or to solve a issue in a community on the neighborhood. Hence, ensure that they have engaged with the right stakeholder before completing the project and submitting it on the website. Check on our portal success stories to get an idea of the different flavors of the projects that the students have already done. If you've not been added into a WhatsApp group by the students, or if the group is now disbanded, or there's too much of silence, they're not communicating, any such issues, please do keep our Bala Janaagraha SPOC aware about it. Now, moving on to some specific questions. When you're added to a WhatsApp group, how and who should start the initial conversation? It is absolutely your responsibility as a mentor to start the conversation with your students, to find out what's the progress, what's the idea that the students have in mind. The reason being, usually the students don't start the conversation very soon. They wait for the mentors to start this off, and they show interest only after the mentors have broken the initial ice. What if you're not added to the WhatsApp group? Please do inform your respective Bala Janaagraha school SPOC, and also inform the Bala Janaagraha volunteer SPOC. um, Give it a day or two, and even after that, even after you've got communicated that this is your team, and after 2 days you've not been added to the group, please do bring it to the both volunteer and the school POC's notice. Should you use only WhatsApp to mentor the students? Definitely not. You can use any other mode of communication as well, like Zoom, Teams, Meet, whichever the student is preferably convenient with, uh, because they are not completely exposed to all kind of online platforms. So suit something that the students are convenient in using. What if the team is not chosen the topic or unable to decide on the project topic? As a mentor, please do initiate a call. Speak to them to understand what are the ideas that are running in their mind, what is the solution for those problems that they've identified, how implementable are those. talk to them to understand all this, and based on how well this can be executed on the ground, you can then push them and direct them towards one topic out of the multiple topics that they might have listed as issues and solutions. Can the students change the topic after confirming it to the mentors? Yes, as long as no substantial work is currently done on the project, then it is fine for the students to change the topic. This happens once they start investigating the problem, they realize that it's a little difficult to navigate through the solution for this topic. Hence, they come across and change the topic. So, but this generally happens at the investigating stage. Can the students choose to work on more than one project? No. As the students work on real time issues and real time solutions to those issues, implementing a sustainable solution for one issue itself or one project itself is pretty time consuming, and given the hectic schedule that the students already are in their school, we do not want them to spend more time on this. And I don't think the parents would also be totally encouraging on this. Hence, ensure that the students work on one idea and make the concretize that plan. What if one or more students are not participating? So, as a mentor, please assess the situation to understand if the non active students are not participating due to some genuine issues, or they are completely disinterested to be part of the project. If it is a genuine issue but the student can participate only after a short absence, please give them that reasonable time for the students to resume the activity. But if the students cannot work for a long period of time, it is or are completely not interested, then please do highlight it to the school associate so that they tell you how they would like to proceed in this situation. What if the whole team is inactive or not reachable for a long duration of time? Do bring this to the Bala Janaagraha school SPOC notice. They would then all give you an alternative project to mentor or redirect you to a different project from a different school. Do we need to call the students every day? No, as long as you know what the students are doing in the project, please do set up a frequency for the call. It could be fortnightly, weekly, but engage them on a weekly basis, give them short term task, long term task, and then you can continue this conversation on WhatsApp, not always on calls. What if the students do not reply to your message promptly? Please remember that the students are or be most likely are using their parents' mobile phone. So even when you see a blue tick mark on WhatsApp that says that the message is being read, it does not necessarily mean that it was read by the student. It majority of the time the parents would have read the message. Hence, always give the time till the evening for the students to respond. It will also be good practice to understand from the students on the mobile availability so that you can send messages during the availability time frame, avoiding the miscommunications that might happen later. If your team did a PPT, chart, or model, what else should they do? PPTs, models, charts are only to show the ideas on paper, but it is very important for them to actually implement these ideas in real time. For example, if the project is on proper waste disposal, only showing a PPT chart or model how to dispose the waste is not going to be very helpful. They actually need to influence people in their house, community, neighborhood on proper waste disposal. And that's what gets them a better score. Is PPT chart model mandatory for all project? No. Execution of their idea is very important, and doing only charts, PPTs, models will not mean completion of the project for sure. Discourage them from doing it if it is not relevant for the project itself. If the students are working on technology related projects and cannot implement solutions in real time, what do we do? No problem. Even if they build a prototype of their solution or idea, it's absolutely fine. The prototype should be a working model. How do you encourage them to do their project work better? For this, you need to understand where the students have started the project. The objective of this project is not for students to win the competition, but to understand the importance of being an active citizen. Hence, understand your students well and their exposure to the community. Based on the strength, encourage them to work on their project. According to you, if the students, based on their exposure with respect to education, technology, availability of resources, so on, have substantially moved from where they started, reach out to the Bala Janaagraha School SPOC and update them accordingly. Is photos and videos mandatory for the project work? Yes, they are mandatory as a proof of their work. Videos and photos carry substantial marks. Hence, ensure that there are relevant photos and videos taken for the ideas and solutions that the students come up with. When should the project be submitted on the portal? The project can be submitted within 2 months from the start date when you were mapped to the students' WhatsApp group. So, what do you do if students are unable to complete a project within 2 months? As a mentor, ensure you have kept this Bala Janaagraha School SPOC updated on the challenges that you are facing during your mentorship, so that the SPOC can take actions, timely actions based on why the delay is happening. Should you submit the project or students can submit the project? It depends. It basically depends on the student's comfort of using the technology. Hence, request you to either submit the project or assess if the students can submit the project. If the students are submitting the project, please ensure you have the proof of that is to be submitted in the project already uploaded. So it will be good for you to completely go through the portal before the students hit on submit button. Oh, this gives you an upper hand to understand that all the relevant details have been filled in the portal. Whose mobile number should you use to submit the project? Please use one of the students' mobile number, which is technically one of your parents' number, to submit the project, and ensure the mobile number and password is shared with the entire group as well as with the Bala Janaagraha SPOC. Please remember, only if they know the registered mobile number and password, they can download their certificates once the results are announced. It is very important for all the team members to know the user ID and password, because it's the user ID and password that enables them to log in to download the certificate and understand how the project has been submitted as well. Should you inform anyone before submitting the project on the portal? Yes. Please do ensure you've informed the school Bala Janaagraha SPOC before submitting it on the portal. This is just to ensure that the required evidences are there and the team has progressed well. The Bala Janaagraha Spock might give you recommendations before submission that might help the evaluator understand the project better. When will the results be announced? Usually, it is during the month of March to May, but now it is highly dependent on the government decision and on COVID. Where will the results be announced? It will be on the OCOC portal, the same place where you are submitting the project. What do the students get from participating in this project? All the students who have submitted the project on the portal will get e-certificate. There are two e-certificates. Number one, it is the 21st century skill certificate that talks in detail about the specific skill that they have gained through the process of completion of project. Number two, it is either the participation or the winner certificate. What are the prizes that the winners get in the project? Please let them know that they get exciting prizes, but we never specify what exact prizes they get, particularly because they will we keep changing this year on year. So we decide this based on the number of winners runners that we get and based on how the results have been announced. Who do you contact in case of any doubts? For project specific doubts, please reach out to your volunteer Spock from Bala Janaagraha. Also, anything related to volunteering doubt, reach out to volunteer Spock. Preferably send a WhatsApp message or a voice note in the common group until and unless it's very specific and very personal to you. You can send a direct message. Otherwise, put a message in the common group so that the others benefit out of the same question that they might have in their mind. Should you keep the Bala Janaagraha associate updated on the progress at the regular frequency? Yes, please. You can send a message, a voice note to the associate in WhatsApp about the progress or issues. Refrain from calls since the associate might be delivering class and sessions and might not be in the position to answer your call immediately, but your messages do not go unnoticed. So please do send messages. And the golden rule, any doubt, please feel free to contact us. Thank you.